Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats, you know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court, you know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, what's good? Welcome to another Live Wire Sports Media update. Well, it looks like Caitlin Clark Awards continues to stack up in ways that we could fathom or imagine. Um, she just won another award for um, Sporting News Athlete of the Year, which, hey, all I can say is we got to respect the hustle, man. We got to respect it. We can't deny it. We can't deny the motion. We can't deny the effectiveness. We can't deny the mobility of Caitlin Clark. Now, Caitlin Clark continues to keep on gravitating towards what is an astounding 2024 season coming out of college and then walking herself right into the WNBA Rookie of the Year, breaking over 70 records and nonstop. And then she already has had a very impressive off season so far. We've already seen videos of her definitely working out, getting her shot in form, getting ready for the 2025 season, getting ready to make an MVP run, make a definitely championship run because she's that dedicated. The Fever has spent time and energy of putting a well-oiled machine staff together, starting with Stephanie White. And just to see now that Caitlin Clark, you got a Leo Boston, you got um, Lexi Hall talking, how her game has transferred and what she wants to bring to the Fever. When you have people buying in to what you doing, it's going to make you want to play and play hard for this person. Same thing with my football team. But nevertheless, Caitlin Clark, she does it again. In the words of DJ Khaled, another one. And that's what it is. Another one on top of another one on top of another one. Caitlin Clark is Sporting News Female Athlete of the Year. Caitlin Clark answered so many questions in 2024. The article writes, questions from critics, online trolls, current from former players, and of course the media that was along for the ride. It was one final question during the last press conference of her college career that peered at her heart of Clark's impact of basketball and generations to come. Just just minutes after Iowa's 12-point loss to South Carolina in the NCAA title game on April 7th, Clark was Clark was willing to reflect for a moment on her legacy and legacy filled with dozens of moments that won't ever be forgotten. She said, you had an incredible journey at this point, especially with the historical viewership. What would you say to kids striving to be to be you right now? And she answers this question. I would say I think the biggest thing in this is what I kind of said about my whole entire career is nobody really believe you other than yourself. Clark said, I think confidence, I think as a young girl, just have the confidence, a young boy, just have the confidence in yourself and confidence in whatever you want to be. Clark continued to answer at the podium after the loss of South Carolina with a tribute to her parents, Brett and Ann, with upbringing in Des Moines, Iowa. I think that was the thing my parents instilled in me from a young age, Clark said. They never told me no. They told me no about other things, but not about what I wanted to do and what I wanted to be and the goals that I wanted to chase after. You got to say it. You got to say it, Clark said. You got to work at it. You got to work for it. You got to earn it. You don't ever want anything to be given to you. I work really hard to be in the moment. That's where my confidence comes from. That's the piece of my of advice I would give to any young generation. If you break that answer into three parts, then you get into all the reasons why Clark is 2024 Sporting News Athlete of the Year, Female Athlete of the Year. She made a larger than life impact on college, high school, youth basketball levels. The impact will certainly continue as her WNBA career unfolds. Clark led Iowa to a second straight title appearance in the Women's National Championship game, scoring 31.6 points game and broke the NCAA all-time scoring record with 3,951 points, career points. Just 6 weeks after her final college game, Clark scored 20 points in her debut with the Indiana Fever, and then she went on to score more points than any other rookie in WNBA history and set a league record for assists while leading Indiana to a playoff berth. The Caitlin Clark effect began a catastrophic with discussions on how her influence changed the game of women's basketball at all levels. Ratings hit like never before numbers, and Clark became the face of marketing machine for State Farm and Gatorade, amongst others, except for Nike. Other marketing data demonstrates the powerful reality of women's sports. They are a powerful, digital savvy fan base and with a loyal and balanced viewing audience. State Farm Chief Agent Sales and Marketing Officer Christy Cook told Sporting News, we've been investing in women's sports for 2 decades because it's smart business to do so. Caitlin is a special player and as a person. So Lisa Bluter, who coached Clark at Iowa before retiring at the end of the season, saw critics look for ways to tear Clark down all the way. So, but also, if you want to read the article, it's out there, be in the description box. But you gotta understand that no athlete, no female athlete right now, I don't care if she didn't win a national title because that's just a argument where you just don't want to acknowledge Caitlin Clark. To be honest with you, you just don't know. You don't want to acknowledge her of how great she is. You just want to find every little narrative to say, "Oh, well, you know what? She hasn't won a national title. She yeah, she broke all these records, but she ain't win a chip." Okay, there's a lot of people in college that hasn't won a chip and went on to be great pro players in NFL and NBA, even in WNBA. So just to hold on that, just to diminish what she has done, the impact she has provided, is kind of stupid. To be honest with you, it's kind of it's a way to trying to make an argument out of something that there's really no argument. Caitlin Clark is one on one. She is the lightning rod through all of this, and people gravitate to her. Yeah, you could talk about Angel Reese, you could talk about Asia Wilson, but none of them has the impact. You got to sit back and think about this. Angel Wilson been in the league for over 7 years and cannot move the needle. And all of a sudden now that soon as Caitlin Clark came in and lit electricity bolt through the league, now people wants to start giving Angel Wilson due or calling her the best in the world and all of this stuff like that. Nobody was checking for Angel Wilson. Nobody. She didn't even have the rookie year that Caitlin Clark had. You know what I'm saying? But now, she signs with Nike. Now people want to hand her out, on participation awards because they want to keep it up with Caitlin Clark. As we noticed, Caitlin Clark has won Time Magazine Athlete of the Year, Sporting News Now Athlete of the Year, Sports Journal Business Marketing Person of the Year, and I think she won another Athlete of the Year of I know I had it. I don't had them all. It's to be honest with you, it is so hard to keep up with everything Caitlin Clark is doing for real. I mean, to be honest with you, she is like she's shattering records on top of records on top of records, and you gotta tip your hat off to that because that is what it's all about. Um, she makes it what it is to today. You know what I'm saying? She became AP Athlete of the Year, and the only one left is Sports Illustrated. So, and I think she gets that. I think she will get that. Um, and I think that she will solidify herself. We already know the Hatelins out there, the fans of Reese and Wilson is going to be like, oh, why she deserved this? Why this? Look at the impact, man. All you got to do is sit back and look at the impact. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is impact. Now, in other news, which Caitlin Clark is dominating in, and that is the WNBA cards. Um, is is one of the things that you got to really look into. You know what I'm saying? Because this right here is significant of how many people really buying Caitlin Clark cards. Now, me personally, I have not buy a card. I have not buy a card all year. I have not buy a card. I have not really um did anything. Now, sporting news, sports, whatever the sports Kadia, whatever that podcast, I mean that thing is, it it put out an article saying that Caitlin Clark outclasses Angel Wilson again, and by a distance of 237 times more sales, and saying that Caitlin Clark has continued to dominate the WNBA despite she didn't win the MVP, but she was fourth in MVP voting. She was first team All WNBA. She was Rookie of the Year. You know what I'm saying? She might not have won a WNBA title. She might not have been Defensive Player of the Year, which that went to Nafisha Carter, which I think for Nafisha Carter should have won the MVP over Angel Wilson. That's just my opinion. Then she hasn't won a championship that went to the Liberty with Sabrina Ionescu. But according to a post at WNBAcard.com on X, that Angel Wilson signature GV basketball card sold for only $915. Now, $950 is a pretty good change. But meanwhile, the small amount of that of a Clark's card only sold for $1,200. $12,322. That card is Caitlin Clark's Black Gold Auto. And other Clark cards that were sold were the Spark Patch that was sold for $13,000, Selection G5 $40,000, Concourse BF $52,000, the Signature the Signature BF $97,000. Collectively, all of Clark cards came out to $216,672, which is almost 237 times more than Wilson's cards sell for. Now, I guess you could say I'm crazy, but tell me what level of impact that Angel Wilson has when it comes to this. You know what I'm saying? The time, her time on the court is not for her on court heroics, but for dominating the WNBA collectible market, outselling Wilson and Sabrina Ionescu You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy because the fact of the matter is her cars is going to skyrocket even more. Especially if you think about this. If you think about Caitlin Clark, what she's capable of doing in her second year, and you put out second year cards, especially if she wins MVP or especially if she wins um, the scoring title in the league. And I think she would be really in hand of winning the scoring title. I think her scoring would be up. I don't think I think Angel Wilson will try to keep up with that, but there's going to be games that she's not going to be able to. There's going to be games that I think Caitlin Clark will lead the league in assists again. There's nobody's going to outsist her in that. I think she'll be first team All WNBA again this year. I think she will. I mean, there's a possible chance she could get to the WNBA finals and win it. They're going to be put her stock up so high again. Now, if y'all don't know what the Caitlin Clark effect is, let me explain it to you. Clark's impact extends the far beyond trading cards, knowing that drawing the massive crowds in arenas, boosting television viewership, the rookie phenom has also ignited a surge in the WNBA merchandise sales. According to eBay, searches for WNBA items increased by 110% this season compared to 2023, with Clark ranking as one of the top 5 most searched athletes across all sports. She's not alone in driving interest in the league. You know, they got to add Angel Reese in this. LSU star Angel Reese, now with the Chicago Sky, joins Clark at the top of eBay's most searched list, alongside notable names such as Sabrina Nescu, Angel Wilson, and Kelsey Plum. Each player brings a unique achievement to the table, but none has captured the market like Caitlin Clark, and it never will. I mean, you got to think about it. She's the most searched athlete. She's the most talked about person in sports. You know what I'm saying? And you think that her merchandise, her cards is not going to be top of that? People will spend money just because they want to piece. They want a piece of cake. They want a piece of her. They want to put their stamp on her. Everybody wants her. But yeah, we get these narratives all the time about how Caitlin Clark is now you got her, Juju, they got the narrative. Juju's trying to chase Caitlin Clark all-time scoring record to break it. I mean, they're gonna push that, but Juju's gonna have to score almost 30 points a game to get that. She's not. And then when when tournament time comes, you gotta be heroic. If you can't score it, Caitlin Clark's scoring went up every year until she got out of college. By the time her senior year, she was already scoring 30 points. You know what I'm saying? I don't see Juju doing that. I think her output now from freshman to her junior year now, you could tell it takes a toll on her because teams are going to come at her. You know what I'm saying? When you playing teams that really focus on shutting you down, especially when you playing, unless you only a team by yourself that you got to do all the scoring. That's the only way. And I don't see her doing that because you're going to have to, you still got to come across playing LSU. I mean, all of these teams in the tournament, and teams are going to play differently. It's not playing like regular season. So my thing is this is, man, is that like, I think people just need to stop trying to tear Caitlin Clark down and just give her her props. That's it. I mean, you ain't gotta like her, but just say, hey, you know what? I'm not a fan of hers, but hey, I respect the hell out of what she's doing, and leave it at that. But you gotta minimize. You gotta throw this person in, and you say, oh, well, what about this person? Oh, what about that person? Now that she won another Athlete of the Year for Sporting News, you will know the people will come out and say, well, what Angel Wilson should have done. Well, look what Angel Wilson has done. But my thing is, what has she done? People talk about the Aces sell out that little small arena, sold out a big arena, sell out an NBA arena. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. I don't care about no 10,000, 12,000 arena. That ain't nothing to sell out. That's a mini concert. If you think about it, Because she scored points, she broke the scoring record, she defensive player, I mean, won the MVP, scoring record, and all of that. But what was her impact off the court for 2024? What was her impact? What did she did? Like I say, she's been in the league for 7 years, and she has not impacted the league outside of the WNBA, especially when it came down to TV ratings, viewership, and all of that. She didn't do that. So how can you give somebody an award for not doing anything just because she's the league MVP? She knew when they started talking about Caitlin Clark being a league being an MVP conversation. You should have seen how Aja Wilson started playing. She started coming in t-shirts and sweatpants like she was on a mission. When they started talking about Nafisha Collar probably going to take the MVP from her, you seen her start to focus a little bit more. Oh, by the way, I do have a clip on X that Cam Brink was dogging her. They played LA, played the Vegas played the Sparks. Cam Brink was dogging her. Same way that Cardoso was dogging her. So she ain't that dominant force. And Cam Brink younger. So Cam Brink is going to get better. Cam Brink probably will be the best big woman in the W, you know what I'm saying, when she come back from the injury. But anyway, continue to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Tell me what you think about Caitlin's athlete of the year for Sporting News and her car sales. Like I say, her car sales ain't going nowhere. They're going to just get more and more. They're going to get increased more and more because the type of person she is. So again, salute to Caitlin Clark again. Keep doing it. Keep breaking records. Keep them haters mad as always. Until the next episode, I'm out.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment.